Did the ancients know about DNA? This man from Zeta Reticuli is Jeremy Narby. Today we dive into his absurd book, The Cosmic Serpent. During his PhD from Stanford, he lived among the Ashaninka people in the Amazon. There he drank the hallucinogenic ayahuasca and encountered giant neon intertwined snakes, a common motif across all cultures throughout civilization. Here's Professor Jordan Peterson expounding on it.
So this is Foxy and Nuwa. I think I've got that right. But I just love that representation. It's so insanely cool, this representation. So you see the primary mother and father of humanity emerging from this underlying snake-like entity with its tails tangled together. I think that's I really do believe this, although it's very complicated to explain why. I really believe that's a representation of DNA. That representation, that entwined double helix, that is everywhere. You can see it in Australian Aboriginal art. It's the same thing, you see that in the staff of Asclepius, which is the healing symbol that physicians use. That's the Egyptian representation.
You also explained that cultures around the world have these twin snakes that are...
Yeah, they're everywhere, man.
Yeah, and so you mentioned that you believe this is a representation of DNA.
Yeah, well, yeah. No, I wouldn't say I believe that. I have my suspicions that that might be it, yeah, because believe is too strong a word, but those representations are everywhere. We don't know the limits of our perception, especially under certain conditions, and I think people have had intimations of DNA as the cosmic serpent forever. So, yeah. But that's that's way out on the frontiers of my knowledge, right? Like, I'm guessing in a dreamlike way when I'm making statements like that. So, anyways, like I said, that's, what do you call that? It's not hypothesizing, it's one thing worse than that. Speculating. Those are speculations. I'm operating at the edge of my understanding.
Narby puts up the bizarre theory that these giant intertwined serpents represented DNA and would grant the natives access to ancestral wisdom and knowledge of the origins of life itself. That's the realm of pseudoscience. While the notion can, and should be, laughed out of serious scientific scrutiny, there is awesome fun in thought experiments. So I give you these flights of imagination. 1. Why intertwine snakes? As one debunker has said.
Now, in these specific cases that Jordan is referencing, there's actually a real-world phenomenon where two snakes will coil themselves up like these depictions. The coiled snake isn't a fabrication from the depths of human imagination, no. But instead, it's how snakes fuck.
So the question arises, throughout the ages, they never depict the coitus of other animals. Why is it intertwined serpents? Always. 2. If DNA can transfer physical characteristics, can it perhaps transfer mental and spiritual aspects too? 3. Since centuries till now, indigenous peoples across cultures believe and use psychedelics to access the wisdom of their ancestors and of nature and life itself. Why? And a few honorable mentions. Is it just a remarkable coincidence that the symbol used by doctors, the staff of Hermes Trismegistus, also figure intertwined snakes? It can be. Remarkable coincidences have happened, but it's remarkable all the same. Next, Jeremy references Richard Evans, who said that the Ashaninkan people could not have possibly known to create ayahuasca, as that would require advanced knowledge of botany, biochemistry, physiology, and other disciplines. That too by selecting exact ingredients in exact proportions from thousands of indigenous plants, but they did it. How? This is something that can't be just chanced upon. When asked how they received the knowledge of the brew, the reply is always a strange paradox that is far removed from our way of linear thinking. They say that the knowledge of ayahuasca was given to them by the ayahuasca itself, that there is a higher form of intelligence innate in nature, is Narby's ludicrous conclusion. Things go really bonkers when he adds that the DNA also transferred information about the origin of life, which we can tap into. Oh, Jeremy, you really need to cut those pills in half. So, don't fall for the charlatans and their crackpot theories. Read the book, think, explore, read some more, and make up your own mind.